Hey folks, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, and share the video. Let's talk about debt. It's a heavy weight on your shoulders, keeping you from living the life you dream of. It's like a pesky neighbor who just won't leave you alone. But here's the good news. You don't have to let debt control your life any longer. With the right plan and a little bit of discipline, you can kick debt to the curb and achieve financial freedom. In this video, I'm going to share some proven strategies that have helped countless people just like you get out of debt faster and start living their best lives. So buckle up and let's get started. First things first, you need to know what you're up against. It's time to face your debt head-on and take inventory. Grab a sheet of paper, open up a spreadsheet, or use a budgeting app. Whatever works best for you. Now list out every single debt you have. And I mean everything: credit cards, student loans, car loans, personal loans, medical bills, the whole 9 yards. Next to each debt, write down the interest rate, the minimum monthly payment, and the outstanding balance. This might be a little painful, but trust me, it's important to see the full picture. It's like getting a diagnosis from the doctor. You can't start treatment until you know what you're dealing with. Once you have everything listed out, take a deep breath. It might seem overwhelming at first, but remember, this is just the first step. The good news is, you've already started taking control by acknowledging your debt. And that, my friend, is a huge victory in itself. Now that you have a clear picture of your debt, it's time to move on to the next crucial step: creating a budget. A budget isn't about restricting your life, it's about giving you the freedom to achieve your goals. It's about making conscious choices with your money so you can tell it where to go instead of wondering where it went. Start by tracking your income and expenses for a month. Write down every dollar that comes in and every dollar that goes out. You can use a notebook, a spreadsheet, or a budgeting app. Once you have a good understanding of your cash flow, it's time to create your budget. I recommend using the 50/30/20 rule as a guideline. This means allocating 50% of your after-tax income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. Needs are your essential expenses, such as housing, food, transportation, and utilities. Wants are the things you enjoy but could live without, like dining out, entertainment, and vacations. And of course, savings and debt repayment are crucial for your financial well-being. By following the 50/30/20 rule, you'll ensure that you're covering your essential expenses, still have some room for fun, and making progress towards your financial goals. Remember, your budget is a living document. It's okay to adjust it as needed based on your circumstances. The most important thing is to have a plan and stick to it as much as possible. Now that you have a budget, it's time to choose a debt repayment strategy that aligns with your personality and motivates you to stay consistent. There are two popular methods: the Debt Snowball and the Debt Avalanche. The Debt Snowball method focuses on building momentum by paying off your smallest debts first, regardless of interest rates. List your debts from smallest to largest. Make minimum payments on all debts except the smallest one. Throw every extra dollar you can at that smallest debt until it's gone. Then, take the money you were paying on that debt and add it to the minimum payment of the next smallest debt. Keep rolling through your debts like a snowball, gathering momentum until they are all gone. Now, if you're more numbers-oriented and want to save money on interest, the Debt Avalanche method might be a better fit for you. With this method, you list your debts from highest interest rate to lowest. Similar to the snowball method, you focus on paying extra on the debt with the highest interest rate. Once that debt is gone, you move on to the next highest interest rate debt. By tackling the highest interest rates first, you'll save money in the long run. Both methods work, so choose the one that resonates with you and gets you fired up to conquer your debt. The key is to pick a strategy and stick with it. Consistency is key when it comes to debt repayment. Remember that budget we talked about? Well, one of the best ways to free up more money for debt repayment is to increase your income. Now, I'm not suggesting you go out and get a second full-time job, unless that's something you want to do. But there are plenty of ways to make extra money on the side without sacrificing your sanity. Think about your skills and interests. Could you freelance, tutor, or teach a class? Are you good at crafts or baking? Consider selling your creations online or at local markets. You could also look for part-time work on evenings or weekends. There are plenty of companies that hire for seasonal or temporary positions, and these gigs can often lead to more permanent opportunities. And don't forget about the power of the side hustle. Driving for a ride-sharing service or delivering food are great options for flexible work that can fit around your schedule. The key is to be creative and resourceful. Every little bit helps. Remember, the goal is to direct all of this extra income towards your debt. Pretend it doesn't exist and send it straight to your creditors. You'll be amazed at how quickly your debt will shrink. Did you know that you can often negotiate lower interest rates on your debts? That's right. You have the power to fight back against high interest rates and save yourself money. Start by contacting your credit card companies and lenders. Let them know that you're committed to paying down your debt and ask if they offer any hardship programs or interest rate reductions. Be polite but persistent. You can also look into balance transfer credit cards. These cards offer a low or even 0% introductory interest rate for a certain period of time. This can be a great way to save money on interest and pay down your debt faster. However, be mindful of balance transfer fees and make sure you have a plan to pay off the balance before the introductory rate expires. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to negotiating. Do your research and be prepared to walk away if you're not getting a fair deal. You'd be surprised how often creditors are willing to work with you if you're proactive and committed to paying off your debt. You've worked so hard to get a handle on your debt, so the last thing you want to do is rack up more. It's time to kick the borrowing habit for good. First things first, put those credit cards on ice. Literally. Freeze them in a block of ice or lock them away in a safe. The goal is to make it as difficult as possible to access them for impulse purchases. If you don't have them readily available, you'll be less likely to use them. Speaking of impulse purchases, it's time to get real about your spending habits. Do you tend to overspend on dining out, clothes, or entertainment? Identifying your triggers can help you avoid unnecessary purchases in the future. And finally, establish an emergency fund. This is a stash of cash that you can tap into in case of unexpected expenses, such as a medical bill or car repair. Having an emergency fund will prevent you from relying on credit cards when life throws you a curveball. Aim to save 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in a high-yield savings account. Let's be real. Life gets busy. It's easy to forget about paying bills on time or to let our budget slide when we're feeling stressed or overwhelmed. That's why automating your finances is one of the best things you can do for your financial well-being. Set up automatic payments for your debts so you never miss a due date. This will help you avoid late fees and potential damage to your credit score. You can also automate your savings. Set up a recurring transfer from your checking account to your savings account each month. This way you're paying yourself first and making saving a non-negotiable part of your budget. But automation is just one piece of the puzzle. Staying disciplined is equally important. Remember why you started this journey in the first place. Visualize your life without debt. What will you do with all the extra money you'll have each month? Will you travel more, invest in your future, or simply enjoy the peace of mind that comes with financial freedom? Keep your goals front and center and remind yourself of them regularly. Listen, there's no shame in asking for help. If you're feeling overwhelmed by debt or struggling to make progress on your own, don't hesitate to reach out to a financial advisor or credit counseling agency. These professionals can provide personalized guidance and support, helping you create a tailored debt management plan. They can also negotiate with your creditors on your behalf to lower interest rates or waive fees. A financial advisor can also help you develop a long-term financial plan, ensuring that you stay on track even after you've paid off your debt. They can provide valuable insights on investing, retirement planning, and other important financial matters. Remember, you don't have to navigate the world of personal finance alone. There are experts who are ready and willing to help you achieve your financial goals. Congratulations, you've made it to the end of this video, which means you're serious about taking control of your finances and achieving debt freedom. Remember, getting out of debt is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time, effort, and discipline. By assessing your financial situation, creating a realistic budget, and adopting the strategies outlined in this video, you can regain control of your money and start building the life you deserve. Remember, consistency is key. So take a deep breath, trust the process, and celebrate your progress along the way. You've got this.